Hi Leo, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective 2025 reading. Now, as it's a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, then please check your other placements. Now, as it is a 2025 reading, we're going to have one card for each month. So obviously, some months won't match for yourself because it is collective. I'd like to hope that there's at least one message in there for you, though, for the year of 2025. If you check your other placements, though, you might find something else that fits a bit better for each month of the year. Now, do bear in mind we've all got free will as well, so this is just something based on the collective at the moment of what the year's panning out to be. Obviously, depending on your choices that you make, it may influence whether or not it materialises for yourself. So let's get into this for you. As a spirit, can we get some cards please for Leo for 2025? So I will timestamp all of this as well, so you'll have a timestamp per month, so you can come back to this at any point. You don't have to sit through all of it all at once. It is quite a hefty reading. What have we got so far? So we need 3 more, please, Spirit. Okay. So we'll clarify or give some more information on these with the oracle cards as we're going through. I'm going to draw them though at the beginning, so I don't have to keep on shuffling and drawing them as we go along, because otherwise it takes a good while. So as I'm shuffling these and drawing, we'll go with your first card. So we have the Justice card is January, or well, for January you've got the Justice. Now that is in reverse as well. So it is suggesting that potentially you're not quite seeing the truth of a situation at the moment, or you're still holding off on a particular decision that you're making. Now the Justice, when it is in the reverse, is very much, how do I put it? So when it's in the upright, it can be a decision. It's like a final decision that you're making. And it is something that is a big decision, and it's going to influence the rest of your life. Now, when it's coming out in the reverse, it's very much that you either don't want to make that decision yet. You may have even seen the decision. You may have seen something. It may very well be in your face and you're ignoring the answer. It is very much suggesting that you're holding off or you're resisting something. Now, it can be a number of things, but it is something that will help close out a particular chapter of your life. So it could very well be with regards to a relationship. It can be a card of reconciliation, if you're looking at reconciliation. It can also just be a card of getting closure on something or giving closure. It doesn't have to be reconciliation. It is very much just a final decision. So it could be something as well where if you are looking at reconciling with somebody, it doesn't have to be a traditional go back into the same thing you were in before. It can very well be a completely different type of relationship. So if you were, lovers, or if you were in an intimate relationship previously, you could just decide to make a decision to be friends. Now it is very much suggesting that you are holding off making that decision. It obviously, it doesn't necessarily have to be about a person. It could also be related to a job. It's any particular part of your life that you feel, or that a decision needs to be made on. It's, for instance, if you're looking at potentially looking for a new job, you may be in transitioning between jobs and you can't decide whether or not you want to give one up. You know, it could be that the job that you are in could be extremely toxic for you, and it could be screaming at you and jumping in your face, and you might know exactly what the answer is. You're just refusing to make or take the decision. You know, it's like you don't want to take ownership just yet over what the final decision is. Potentially you're putting that off. Now, that could be a number of different things. Like I say, it doesn't have to be work, it doesn't have to be relationships, but whatever it is, it's a final decision, and it's something that's going to affect your life. Now, for some people, it could even be, you know, you have like a New Year's resolution. It could be you making a decision on something, but you're not 100% sure whether or not you're going to stick with it. So maybe you decide in the new year that you are going to give up, I don't know, eating chocolate. You know, something like that. Smoking, drinking. You're going to go on a health food thing. You're going to go to the gym more. And it could be very much of you making a decision as, do you really want to stick to it? Do you not want to stick to it? But it could be something a lot more deep, to be completely honest with you. So in the cards that we've got out so far, so we do have the owl for magic. So choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. So it's very much suggesting that you do need to make that decision. So even though you're holding off and you feel like you might not know what the decision is, it is suggesting that you do actually know what the decision is that you need to make. It's deep within you. It's just that you're holding off and you don't particularly want to make that decision at the moment. It's very much saying that you do need to trust yourself. Don't lie to yourself because you're very well aware of whether you're lying to yourself or not, and make that decision. Now, you need to let go of certain things from your past, whether that is people, whether that is situations, whether that is certain mentalities that you may have had. For instance, if you maybe you were in what you felt like was a negative relationship, it could very well be that it may not have been as bad as you feel, but you need to let go of certain things from the past that have kept you there. It could be that you need to let go of the person. It could be that you need to let go of perceptions. It could be that you need to let go of negative energies, addictions, you know, anything that you know isn't right for yourself. It's very much suggesting that you need to let go of it. Now, it could even be something a little bit deeper, and it could be very much belief systems that you may have that you need to release, or it could be something ingrained that you aren't really recognizing as being past, and it could be something that's connected to you and could be like a self-sabotaging behavior that you need to release. But whatever it is suggesting that you do know the answer and you know what it is that you need to let go of and what you need to do. We also have total submersion. So don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself into a project, interest or goal. Give it 100% of your energy and you may find what your life has been lacking. So there is something that you do want, and it is suggesting that you need to potentially, like I say, let go of the past and immerse yourself into whatever it is that you want absolutely fully. And we have the guardian angel. So protection, guidance and support. So you do have some divine protection there. You have got your guardian angels looking after you, and they are trying to guide you on the right path as well. So you may be seeing signs and synchronicities around trying to keep you on the right path. There could be certain things. You might be having vivid dreams. If you are, it might be worth getting a notebook and writing down what you're dreaming about. but it is suggesting that, you know, they are trying to contact you, they are trying to talk to you, they're trying to give you some guidance on what it is that you need to do in January. Now in February, we have a Three of Swords in the reverse. So it's suggesting to me that you may have gone through some sort of heartbreak, but in February, you're going to be seeing it reversing, or not so much reversing, but you are going to be healing from that. So you are, whatever is giving you some heartbreak, I'm assuming that's potentially what your decision is about. You are going to be healing, and you're going to, in February, you're going to feel a lot better about a particular situation or about whatever has caused you heartbreak. We have the Black Bear Guardian. So that's gentle and wise protector. Give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones I love. Awaken my intuition and guide me. So very much they're suggesting that, again, you need to follow your intuition where love's concerned. It's again suggesting that there's, you know, you've got some protection, some guardians there keeping an eye out for you as well. And we do have clearing the excess. You are entering a transitional phase and would benefit from clearing away excess clutter, whether it's in your physical body or your physical space. So decluttering may be a big thing, a bit of a spring clean going on there in February. Now that could be of your body as well as your mind. So, you know, taking that healthy eating to a new stage, ditching any kind of negative, toxic things that you could be putting in your body. So I'm going to say, you know, like a lot of greasy foods, a lot of fattening foods, foods that clog up your arteries, alcohol, drugs, smoking, all of those things that can cause you some sort of bad health. Very much suggesting that you may be looking to clear those up, cut down on them in February. And then we have the Feather, lightness, messages and spiritual connection. So again, more messages from your guardian angels, potentially your spirits, very much still getting in touch with you. Now I've got a feeling that whatever this is in January that you're making the decision on, this could be very much you clearing out whatever the decision is that you're making, whatever you're leaving behind, whatever it is in the past that you're leaving in the past. It's you continuing to remove it from your life. So it could be a number of things, and it's you just keep plodding on. But there's definitely some messages again from Spirit coming through in February. So keep a listen for them. You may even want to try some meditation if you don't do that already, just to see what kind of messages come through for you. Now in March then, we have a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Now the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is very much, she's not a happy bunny when she's in the reverse, let's put it that way. She's still very gifted with money. She's quite good with finances. But she likes to spend it a lot in the reverse. One thing I will say is when she's in the upright, she's very much, she loves a nice home. She spends money wisely. She gives, she nurtures. In the reverse, she doesn't necessarily spend her money wisely. She may be very spendthrift. She still loves the luxuries in life, but she can go over the top on them as well. And sometimes she doesn't know when to stop. So she could be in a bit of debt. She's also not very family orientated. So potentially, you know, if you've got children or anything like that, it's suggesting that she's not necessarily interested. Now, this could be a person in your life. It could even be yourself. And it is suggesting there that, you know, you might be feeling very dissociated from your home, from the family, and you might not be really spending much time on any of it, or you could be overindulging in certain things, spending all your money on things that you don't necessarily need, potentially cluttering up your house with certain things that you may be buying, that you may be getting. Now this is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy, so it could be one of those if it is a person in your energy. Now we have Tiger, fire. So I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. So it could very well be you, and it could be that you've got into something that you find a lot of passion for, and it could mean that you're ending up spending a lot of money because of that passion. So you could be being bold and brave with regards to it, but you might be losing out on some money there, and it could mean that you might. So it can also be about you losing your home, not having a home, or feeling like you've not got a proper home. So it could, if you're spending a lot of money, potentially you may feel like you're unstoppable, but it could be jeopardizing your security. We have resilience. So there's no need to rush or push. This is time to take things as they come. You have the determination and patience to handle what's happening. So it does suggest to me that if it is something where you're throwing money at a particular situation or person, that you don't actually need to rush with that. So spending a lot of money on somebody really, really quickly to try and get them to like you potentially isn't necessarily the way to go. It does suggest that you can take things a little bit slower than what you are doing. Just go with the flow, not necessarily throwing loads of money at it. It does also suggest that if you are, so maybe you are going to be losing your particular home, not necessarily, I'm not going to say that you're going to be homeless, but you might be looking at moving house. So the new home you move to isn't necessarily feeling very homely. And you might, well, maybe you're moving away from your family, and that could be why you're not feeling great with your family. But it is suggesting that, you just take it slow. Things will come, things go at a certain pace. You'll be able to go with the flow. Things will get better. We do have the Earth's core for stability, grounding, and core beliefs. So very much work out what it is that makes you feel stable. And work towards your stability as well. Going with the flow is something that it will help you feel stable because the universe will provide what you need. So making sure that you're grounded, that you're thankful for what you've got coming in, that you've got that grateful attitude, and also make sure that your beliefs are lined up with your higher self as well. And you'll find that you will have the stability that you do need. Now, in April, then, we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, he's a tiny bit clueless, and it's like he doesn't know what way to go or what to do. So he wants to go to a destination. He's very much wanting to make a plan. He wants to take his gift of this beautiful pentacle to someone, but he doesn't know who, he doesn't know what, he doesn't know where, he doesn't know how to get there. So this can be a message that somebody is either trying to bring to you, or you could be wanting to give a message to someone else. Again, we've got Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy there. It could very well signify that, you're taking your time to try and formulate a plan for something. It's the slowest moving knight in the whole of the tarot, and he does really take his time. But it suggests that in this particular circumstance, because you don't know what to do, where to go, what direction to follow, that you could feel like you're going really slow and feeling a bit stuck as well. So we've got Sea Otter, happiness. So be the master of playful living, release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. So again, it's very much suggesting go with the flow. Stop giving yourself high expectations. Stop expecting too much from other people. And it's very much suggesting that you just release those expectations. Enjoy the now. Live in the now. Stop worrying about the future. Stop worrying about the past. Stop expecting people to bend over backwards. Not that you expect them to, but certain times we can have big expectations of people. We expect them to meet certain standards. And it's saying don't do that. Obviously expect them to keep your boundaries, and if they don't, if they're not sticking to your boundaries, then release them. Leave them on their way. But enjoy yourself and stop expecting so much from yourself. You can't expect perfection. Nobody's perfect. We've got mutually beneficial venture. So this could be partially why you don't know what to do. So here we've got, there is an extraordinary connection at the forefront of your life at the moment. Utilize this relationship to benefit everyone concerned. So this could very well be something where you've got some sort of relationship. This could be a work relationship. It could be a family relationship, a friendship. It could be something to do with a lover. And it's something that will benefit yourself. And if there's anybody else involved, like a work relationship, it will obviously benefit them as well. Now, it could very well be that you don't know whether or not to take some sort of venture with someone. It could very well be that you may be hesitating. Along with that, you don't necessarily know what course of action to take, and that could very well be why you've got this Knight of Pentacles there, because it's going to be a big decision to make. We have the Ancient Tree, growth, strength and connection to nature. So suggesting that you do take some time out, so potentially ground yourself, reconnect yourself to nature. It's also suggesting that you look at your inner growth as well. Look at how far you've come in life. What can you do? And realise that you've actually come a long way. You've grown really strong. You can take on a lot of things, and that might help you find your way and make a decision, because a lot of the times we tend to stall because we don't know that we're strong enough, and we don't know how strong we are, and you know, how we can move forward. Now in May then, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. So if you've been feeling particularly sad, regretful, sorrowful about something that you've lost, it is suggesting to me that you are going to be coming out of that. So there is hope at the end of the tunnel. So if you have been feeling a bit depressed, a bit sad, now that could be very much related to this Three of Swords over in February, where you're doing some healing. Sometimes you can heal, but sometimes the sadness lingers on a little bit longer. It could be something completely different, but it is suggesting to me that you are going to be moving forward. You're going to be leaving things in the past that were relatively sad. Now, if you have a look at this Five of Cups, he's got 3 cups knocked over, 2 are still standing up. So there's definitely still some emotional fulfillment still to be had. He's very much realising that those 2 are behind him. And yeah, moving forward and going to find things that are going to be more emotionally fulfilling. So we've got the Wolf, Pathfinder. So release your past and start a new journey. You're a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a lot of love that endures. So very much like I was saying, you know, here we've got these 2 cups at the back. There's still a lot of love there. There's still a lot of hope, a lot of love, a lot of emotional fulfillment. You've still got it. It's going to endure no matter what, you know. That self-love is always going to be there. Sometimes you have to uncover it a little bit because it can get a bit muddy, a little bit cloudy, but it's still there. So appreciating what you've got, knowing that you are loved as well. The universe is still there loving you. You've got people around you that still love you. Even when you feel like you're on your own, you have got people around you that are always there for you. You know, it's suggesting as well that you may even be able to help others find their way. So you moving forward, getting through something, you know, it can help show other people that it can be done. And very much releasing that past, which is very much what this Five of Cups is doing. We've got Amble with Contentment. So waiting rather than acting is going to be the most advantageous now. So potentially, yes, moving forward, but potentially having patience with that move forward, having patience with yourself, not acting too hastily, making sure that you're taking one foot in front of the other. And then we've got the winter solstice, reflection, pause and rebirth. So again, talking about taking that breather, pausing when you need to before you move forward, so that you're reflecting on everything that's happened and you learn about what's going on as well, so you can make sure that you're making the right decisions. July, then we've got Scorpio energy with the Death card. So it's suggesting to me that in July you are going to be going through some sort of transformation. Now that transformation is going to be something that is very beneficial for you. You usually transform from something old and start something new. And we have the Dragonfly for magic. So I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I'm brilliant and I'm blessed. So very much suggesting that you are releasing something from the past in June. Now, whatever that is, it could be a number of things. Like I say, we've already gone through so many things that you could be releasing. You know, people, places, events, emotions, beliefs. It can be a lot of things that you're releasing. Negative behaviors, addictions, you know, there's a lot of stuff. So in June, it's very much you are bringing something to an end, and so you can start something brand new. You'll be able to start fresh, something that's better, transforming yourself into something that is, or into your higher self. And then we've got unexplained wonder. Magical blessings and miracles are occurring in your life. All your prayers are answered now. And there definitely is magical things and blessings happening with that transformation. And then we've got the lotus bloom, enlightenment and spiritual awakening. So very much suggesting to me that you are going to be going through a bit of enlightenment. You're going to have probably having a lot of epiphanies, a lot of wake-up calls coming and smacking you in the face. And you're going to get that spiritual connection as well, have that spiritual awakening, starting to live up to more of your higher self, leveling up, having that vibration shift. In July, we have a 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. So July is suggesting to me that you may find that your stability is a little bit wobbly. Now, it could just be that you are changing your mind on what you feel is a stable home, whatever you want to leave as a legacy. This can also represent family as well. It's very much like when you've got it all and you've got all of the money that you want to earn, you've got the best job, you've got the best home life, you've got traditions that you want to give to your kids, and that to me is very much what the 10 of Pentacles represents. Now this suggests that you could be moving, you could be again losing a bit of money, you might be spending your money on something that makes you feel less stable. There's definitely some sort of loss here with this 10 of Pentacles that is going to make you feel a little bit wobbly. Now we've got cat independent. So potentially you may be separating from some families, from traditional things within the family as well. I say some families, from potential members of your family. Now that doesn't have to mean, you know, spouses. That could be wider family, sisters, brothers, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles. It could even be your chosen family. So, you know, your friends, it could be work family, things like that. So we've got, you are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. So very much breaking free from other people's expectations, doing things your own way. So if people have been telling you to do certain things in certain ways, it's very much saying that you don't have to listen to them. It's your life. Live it how you want. You know, you make your own decisions. You have to deal with your own consequences. If someone tells you to go and do something and you do it, you're the one that's got to put up with the consequences of that. If someone tells you to go and break a law and you do it, if you get arrested, that's your own fault for following what they've told you. You know, if you want to go and move to a different country, at the end of the day, it's you that's got to move. It's you that's got to live with the, I'm not going to say repercussions, because it might be really good repercussions of moving, you know. You're the one that's going to experience the karma for your own decisions, whether that karma is good or bad. Someone else isn't going to feel the karma for something you've done. So very much suggesting that you may be putting people, not so much putting people out, but certain people may fall out with you, or there may be disagreements for you doing something that they don't want you to do. And to me, that's people that you're close with as well. So it could be maybe you fall out with a sibling, maybe you do something, maybe you've had this family tradition of certain things in July and you have to do certain things in a certain way, and you just decide, you know what, I'm not going to do it anymore, and you stop doing that family tradition. That's very much what this is suggesting. So we then have polite declaration. So you can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It's time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. So very much saying, go for your own goals. It's time for you to do what you need to do, what you want to do, not what other people are telling you need to do. And then we have the hourglass, time, cycles, and change. So it is very much a time for change. It is time for you to finish a particular cycle. It is something where you need to embrace what changes are coming along. Now in August then, we have the Page of Cups. Now the Page of Cups here is telling me that you can't really trust your feelings. Now this could be somebody else. So it's somebody that, it's like if they're coming along and they're being flirty and making out like they're interested, they don't want anything really deeper than surface level. It's very much an energy of somebody that then they're not particularly loyal when they're in the reverse. Their feelings are for show. I'm not going to, they could be very disingenuine. They could be very much just putting things on for show. They're also very immature with it being page energy, so they're not very emotionally mature there either. So you could have somebody that comes along, shows a lot of interest to you in August, and they don't really want anything from you, but you could feel like you're, somebody new is coming along, you found something, but it doesn't seem as though it's gonna really go anywhere. Now this could also be your energy. It could be that you're trying to hold on to some sort of innocent, not so much innocent, but very like flirty energy, very childlike as well. Not really taking things very seriously. Now the Page of Cups is also very creative, but in the reverse, sometimes he's like he's lost his inspiration. So if you're a creative person, it could mean that you got a bit of a creative block there in August. Now we have the Bison for abundance. So sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom, keep me warm through the storms of life, fill my life with goodness, teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. Now one thing I will say as well, this could be somebody coming towards you with an apology, but it's something that it's not really meant. Either that or you're going towards somebody with an apology that you don't necessarily mean. He's in the reverse. It's a lie. And I know that sounds horrible, but it's something that you wouldn't really want to trust. It could just be that you don't know whether to trust it or not. And times will tell, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's very much, you need to have some wisdom, trust in your intuition with regards to this. It could be something that stirs up a lot of turmoil within your life. So making sure that you stay grounded, making sure that you keep that attitude of gratitude as well. We've got enjoy the journey. So stay present and flexible. Many changes are going on for you and around you. These changes are not only good, but necessarily bring your awareness into now, rather than focusing on the past or the future. Now, it could even be then that this Page of Cups is something that you're remembering from the past, or you're looking at things for the future, thinking, what am I going to do? So it could very well be that you're giving this energy off now, or someone's coming towards you with this energy, and instead of looking at the future, look at what's actually going on now. What do you want now at this point in time? We've then got the crystal cave with inner exploration and hidden treasures. Now that's telling me that you need to do some deep diving and actually decide what it is that you want. You might find certain strengths, certain hidden treasures within yourself. Now this could very well be related to, remember saying about the page being somebody that gets creative, and when he's in the reverse is lacking his inspiration. This could very well be you needing to tap into some inner inspiration, so looking in deep within yourself to find that. In September then we have a Four of Swords. So that Four of Swords is telling me that you're in the need of some healing in September. You're potentially even going to be doing a little bit of isolating. So the Four of Swords is very much, it comes after the Three of Swords usually. So whether this page knocks your confidence a little bit, but the Four of Swords is very much you running out of energy, feeling quite depleted. It can be you having a little bit of bad health as well. So it could be that you might need to take some time out. Now it's not as bad as a Four of Swords in the reverse, but it is still a Four of Swords. So it is very much suggesting that you are going to need to re-energize yourself a little bit, something to do, a bit of pick yourself up, take some time to yourself, make sure you're getting plenty of rest. There could be a bit of healing that needs to be done, like I say, within this. Maybe you get, as daft as it sounds, maybe you get a mild dose of COVID that's going to take a couple of rest days, for instance. I'd say, hospital stays are usually ones where it's in the reverse, but there could be something, some sort of ailment that you might need to take some time and some rest to get over. Definitely suggesting that you need to definitely do a bit of rest there, potentially some getting a lot of sleep. Like I say, you could even be going on a bit of a retreat, taking some time away, just yourself, to kind of like a spiritual retreat, a spa day, something like that. And we have personal choice for your spirit animal. So choose your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. So if you can think of any animal that's great for healing, it's probably a good one to envisage that. We've got the gift of neutrality. So potentially part of this healing then is to do with yourself. Maybe you've been at war with yourself a little bit and you need to bring yourself back together. So we've got balance is at work in your life. Yin and yang are opposites in energy but reside side by side to create the gift of neutrality. So it could be that you're mentally exhausted because you're at war with yourself. You could have, your heart and your head pulling you in different directions. You could very well be just chastising yourself over certain things. I mean, that, to be fair, that Page of Cups in the reverse could very well be you telling yourself off for certain things. Like I say, it could very much be that there's an apology that needs to be given, a message of love, but you don't believe it, and it could be that you're at war with yourself over it. Maybe, and it even stems back to potentially the Knight of Pentacles, whether you're not necessarily knowing what way to go. You might have loads of ideas, but you don't know which one to pick or what direction to go in. So you could have been at war with yourself for quite some time. We've got ocean depths, mystery, the unknown, and deep emotions. So this is telling me that you need to connect with your inner emotions, and that could very much be why you need to take some time out to yourself and do some of this healing. Very much connecting to yourself, healing those deep emotions. You could have had a lot of baggage that you've been carrying around for a very long time that you haven't processed, and that could be dragging through everything for you and causing you a lot of distress. And it could very well be that come September, it's time to then deal with it if you haven't dealt with it already, because it just kind of builds up, and you have to be really careful that when it builds up, that it doesn't overwhelm you. Now, I mean, this Page of Cups as well, just going back to him, it could also be that in August, you could be disassociating yourself from your feelings. Maybe you've become that overwhelmed that you just disconnect from them. And in September, it's time to face them. October, then we have a King of Pentacles. Absolutely beautiful. So that King of Pentacles is telling me that you're going to be feeling very stable and secure. The King of Pentacles is very much somebody that is good at their job. They have got savings in the bank. They are able to build on things. They're very analytical. They know the best courses of action to take. Again, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy. If this isn't you, then it's somebody else that you may be, that may be in your energy in October. But very much somebody that is very stable, somebody that has a lot going for them. We have Dear Love. So be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. So this could very well be you healed, you know, by healing yourself, loving yourself, having that self-love, acknowledging your self-worth, acknowledging that you are worthy of, you know, love, help, whatever it is, that you're worth your job, that you are good at your job as well. That King is very much very aware that he's very good at what he does. And that's what contributes to his stability and to his abundance. We have shared inspiration. So throw yourself into a new project. Be willing to let go of time constraints and rules, and be really be aware of whatever fulfills your heart. So it could even be that you're going into a brand new venture, and that's going to give you stability. It could be something that you're throwing yourself into, something that you're very, very good at as well. And it's going to be giving you a sense of stability, a sense of abundance, and it's going to bring you fulfillment financially as well as emotionally there. And then we have the candle's flame, hope, illumination and guidance. So again, we've got guidance from your spirit guides and angels, so connecting with them to make sure that you're on the right path. We've got illumination, so knowing that you're on the right path as well, making sure you're making the right choices. And you've got a hope there, you know, keeping that hope alive that things are going to be a lot better for you in the future. November, then, we are feeling a little bit stuck with a Chariot in the reverse. It's suggesting to me that you are going to be at war with yourself a little bit. But you're no stranger of being at war with yourself, let's face it. So the Chariot, then, it's being at opposing ends with yourself. Your whole body isn't aligned. Your heart isn't necessarily aligning with your head. You're not aligned with your higher self, and you're stuck. It's like you're being pulled in two different directions, and you're not really going anywhere. It can also symbolise that there's no movement at the moment. So if you're physically looking to move properties in November, it is suggesting that move is going to be not happening in November. It is very much a card of success, movement. It can be celebration as well when it's in the upright. But it is suggesting that that's not going to be happening, unfortunately, in November for you. We have the Unicorn for infinite possibilities. So you are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become legendary. So, as weird as it sounds, you could have light and dark forces pulling you in opposite directions. You can literally have a war in your head sometimes of having, it's like having, you know how you see in the cartoons, you've got an angel on one shoulder, a devil on the other. You could literally be doing that. You could literally be having two different parts of yourself, ripping yourself apart, and you can't make a decision, and it's keeping you very stuck. You don't know whether to take the temptation. You don't know whether to go not temptation. So you're in the middle road. I mean, that generally means you're not taking the temptation, but the temptation's still there, and it's still calling out to you, and it's pulling you that way, and then you're not sure what to do. You might be looking at going a different direction, or you have something else to do, and you just can't put it together. So it's suggesting that make sure you take the right path, abandon the temptations, because at the end of the day, think of the karma that you're going to have to deal with. You know, what can the repercussions be? Are the repercussions worth it? That's the way to look at it. Breakthrough to new dimensions. So a new endeavour is on the horizon. Innovative energy wants to burst forth into your consciousness. So you have got brilliant ideas there. You've got a lot of innovation. Now, it could very well be that you could have multiple things going on within your head that are keeping you stuck. Maybe you're looking at different options for employment, for instance, and you just don't know which one to go with. You know, there's definitely suggesting that there's new things on the horizon for you. You just need to make the right choice on what's going to be good for you. We have the eclipse. So creativity, writing and expression. So this suggests to me that this is something that is going to either help you make that decision, or it's something that could be to do with that new endeavour. So whatever you do that's creative, so that could be painting, writing, maybe you create videos, whatever your favourite craft is, you know, there's lots of different ways of being creative. You could be a writer, a blogger, whatever gets you expressing yourself. It is suggesting that there's, you know, something new there that you can explore that's going to give you a lot of abundance. Now, December looks a little bit dragged out for you, I'm not going to lie. We have the World card and we have the Fool. So you are at an end of a chapter, but you're hesitating to leap into something new. So we're very much closing something out. You're closing out a cycle in December, but you're very, very hesitant on moving forward into this new phase of your life, this new chapter. It could be that, again, if you're looking to move house, the World card is suggesting that that move isn't quite happening just yet. And the Fool, again, when he's in the reverse, he's not moving either. So movement or moving still isn't necessarily happening here at this point in time. So if you're wanting to move a dress, it's not quite happening November and December. It is suggesting that it's on its way, but it's not happened just yet. So if the Fool was in the upright, you'd be doing it. You're having that leap of faith, moving into something new, but it's not happened, or you're really hesitating on whether or not you're making the right decision. We've got the Snow Leopard, self-reliance. So you are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. So making sure that you are using your integrity, not doing anything sneaky, underhanded, you know, maintaining that integrity, being the best you can be, especially with your independence as well. We've got life is better together. So seek assistance from your community, connect with family, friends and others who will support you. It can be as simple as making a phone call. So it could very well be that you have got yourself that isolated, that any sort of movement is causing you some hesitation. Connecting with your family and your friends could help you with regards to this. They may be able to help you with that move. It could be that you haven't finished making a full decision on it, and they may be able to help you make that decision. They're not going to make it for you, obviously, but they may have certain insights that you haven't thought of, where they could potentially help out a little bit. And it could even be as simple as you're waiting for a moving wagon and one of them could drive and do it for you, you know. And we've got gentle moderation. So take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by negotiating what you're trying to accomplish. So it could suggest that you're hesitating because you feel like you're being rushed. So it is suggesting that you can obviously take your time. Like I say, there might be insights that family and friends can give you towards it. So take their insights into consideration if you want to, but there's no rush. You don't need to move. You don't need to jump into anything right now. There is no rush. Take your time. You know, there's nothing you actually need to do. It is all up to you. When you're ready to do it is when you're ready to do it. And then we have the hidden garden, inner beauty and hidden talents. So again, talking about connecting with yourself, getting in touch with your hidden talents. And I think this is something very much that is coming over from the November. So still developing those talents, still looking within yourself and finding the beauty within yourself as well, and realizing that you are worthy of a lot of different things, especially loving yourself and giving yourself as much as you give to other people. Right, now we'll get you some romance angels to see what's going on with love then through 2025. Oh, so we have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And wedding. This situation involves marriage. So maybe you are already married to the person that you are going to be in a relationship with within 2025. Maybe you're looking at getting married. Maybe you are proposing. Maybe somebody else is married that you're getting into a relationship with. Could be any number of things. But yeah, lovely. Right, let's get you an angel of abundance. So God is your source. So everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God there is no lack or limitation, rather there is plenty of abundance for all to share. So maintaining that grateful attitude and thanking God for whatever you've got. Oh, that's too many. I'll take the first one that hit the deck. Will help you maintain that abundance. We've got discipline for your angel of light card. So an unruly dog is a hazard to itself and others. The animal which has learned discipline and obedience can be trusted and will be loyal and lovingly serve its master. It is then allowed off its lead. Through discipline comes freedom. The master you are called on to obey is your higher self. You come to earth on a mission, and only self-discipline will enable you to fulfill it. Tune in and ask your angels for their help and support so that your life becomes a happy and rewarding and divinely directed. Discipline is a key to fulfilling your destiny. Your affirmation, self-discipline brings me freedom. Now, as random as that sounds, a lot of these cards can be taken into being self-discipline. So here we've got your judgment card, making a decision. Now that could be something to do with you having self-discipline. There's a lot of different things in here about self-discipline. Your chariot is being unsuccessfully disciplined. There's, where was it? The death card, you need discipline to close things out and move into your next line of, your next phase. There was something else about discipline as well. I can't remember which one. I think it was one of the smaller cards. Either way, it's suggesting that you're going to need, you need to have that discipline. It's going to help bring you the freedom that you need to move forward. And that can be self-discipline in a number of different things. Different types of addictions, temptations. What was the saying about temptations? There was a temptation one I was talking about around here. Was it the Page of Cups? I can't remember. That's really bad. I can't remember already. It's only 54 minutes in. All right, now we've got you a kitchen witch, or a witch's kitchen oracle. So we have lemon for bitterness. So you could be eating this, drinking this. Let's see what it says. Let's hope it doesn't make you bitter. I can't imagine it would. So, an acid tongue and sharp defense could leave you feeling sour. Time to suck it up. As emotional hurts or righteous anger start to grow, invite my purifying juice to cleanse away any resentment, or add a few drops to a bath in cleansing rituals as you heal from the bitterness of late. In magical work, I'm aligned with the moon and the element of water, and have been honoured since ancient times for my powerful purifying qualities. But be aware, I am a powerful medium in dark arts and could be used to harm, for I am powerfully effective in activating the charm of a cursing spell. Well, that's not good. However, as a formidable protector, I also absorb the lower energies that Rancor attracts and can boost power to your spells as you become mindful of your intentions and continue your magical work consciously with harm to none. So basically, what I would suggest, I don't do spells. Drink lots of lemon juice. Lemon and honey is always great, especially when you've got a cold. Clean your house with lemon juice. Lots of different things like that. So there's lots of different ways that you could use that to help reduce any emotional bitterness that you may be feeling. Now, you could get that through, you might be a little bit bitter when you've got your Three of Hearts in the reverse there. Again, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, you could be feeling a bit bitter. The Four of Swords. So, a couple of different periods of time where you might want to consider drinking lots of lemon, eating lots of lemon. I don't know, lots of lemon. That's all I can say. Lots and lots of lemon. Right, I'm going to get you now some Moonology. Now, these should give you a rough idea of where we've got the major obstacles that are coming in throughout 2025. So, Spirit, can we get some Moonology to highlight when are going to be the main obstacles and challenges for 2025? Thank you. So we have, you're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. That's pretty much every month. Well, every lunar month there's a gibbous moon. So you're going to be close to achieving your goal every month. The energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon. Are you having challenges every month, Leo? If not, it could just be that it's going to come at some point during the year. And then we have, you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Let's hope you don't have a challenge every month. I mean, to be fair, your challenge could be just self-discipline, loving yourself, releasing the past, and self-discipline. With lots of self-discipline. Right, let's get your... And to be fair, some of this as well is about trusting yourself. And you know what I mean? With the self-discipline, sometimes you don't heal very well unless you're using self-discipline to make yourself, I want to say, feel things. Some people will try and numb things so they don't have to deal with them. And there's certain toxic behaviours, certain addictions that people may turn to. So you might need to have a bit of self-discipline to not turn to certain things that you may have been addicted to, or, so that you can actually process and feel and heal properly. All right, can we get 3 cards for Leo's challenges and obstacles for 2025? And then can we get 3 cards for advice as well, please, Spirit? That's more than 3. But you know what? We had one jump over here with the challenges. So I'm going to take them as they've actually fallen, because they're pretty much fallen all together. Okay. So the first card we had out, we had the Two of Swords. So there's a decision that you need to make, and making sure that you've got all of the information. Now this particular decision on here, he's being very tactical. He's looking at all of his options and he's making his decision based on that. So it's suggesting to me that one of your big challenges is that you need to make a decision, which we saw in January. So that's very much suggesting that a big decision needs to be made. Now we had Seven of Swords. Now that did come out to the side. So part of this challenge is to do with something. So the Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, sneaky behaviour, deception. In the reverse, it's coming clean, being loud and proud, not necessarily loud and proud, but coming clean on things, not trying to get away with certain things. It's very much opening up, being clear and honest. We have a Page of Swords as well. So to me, this is all suggesting that there may need to be, or there's a challenge for some honest, clear communication, and potentially deception may be a challenge. So, or keeping things hidden may be a bit of a challenge. So it could very well be that there's a decision that needs to be made for some sort of clear communication, something where there potentially, I mean, this could be somebody coming towards you with an apology that could be a big challenge for you. But to me, it feels like it's something that you may be doing for someone else. Maybe you need to give an apology to someone else. But it is feeling very much like a decision that needs to be made about something that's happened in the past. Whether there was some deception or not, maybe it just needs to be clarified on whether or not it looks as though something may have been hidden, but you're unsure of whether or not you know the truth or whether it was hidden. So it could be that you're just trying to find clarity on that. Now, the Princess of Swords or Page of Swords, it's also very much you trying to find that information, learning the truth about something, watching and waiting. So it could very much be that you're trying to make a decision, but you're watching and waiting to see whether or not you've got all of the information you need. We do have a star as well, so it is suggesting that there's a lot of hope here. You're very much wishing on a star for a type of outcome. There's a lot of healing with regards to this as well. So the challenge to me looks as though you need to make a decision. You need to maintain your hope and your faith, and you need to either, if it's you that's potentially done, I don't know if it is you or whether you just accept waiting for someone else, potentially you need to have a conversation with somebody to find out the truth, whether there's been some deception or not. But it does very much look as though the decision or a decision that's being made is a challenge. You trying to learn some truth about a certain situation is a challenge. And even, well, just maintaining hope is probably a challenge as well there. Now, in your advice, there's a lot of advice. We have a Six of Wands. So you need to try and maintain success. Popularity is something as well that comes out with the Six of Wands. So being mindful of any popularity, because sometimes popularity can breed haters, because not everybody likes to see success and popularity. They can get very jealous about it. So being mindful of any popularity, accepting when people are appreciating things that you've done as well, knowing that you're being seen. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new start. So taking a new start, moving towards something new, having that new start in abundance. Now that could be a job, it could be a pay rise, it could be a relationship, but it's something that you will find abundance and fulfilling within. So very much taking that new start. We do have a Five of Swords, so moving away from anything that any sort of betrayal, any kind of backstabbing, very much removing yourself from that situation and moving away from it. Now, I'm saying here that you're not sure if somebody has been stabbing you in the back. You're not sure if there's some deception that's happened, some betrayal. This is saying to move away from betrayal. So if you think that there's betrayal happened, you can just move away from it. You don't need to sit and watch and wait. It could just be that you need, sitting back and watching and waiting will clear the situation up. And we have got the Justice card. So a decision, again, needs to be made, and it needs to be made fairly. So you may feel like certain things have betrayed you. Maybe you've betrayed somebody and you're aware of it, but there's a fair decision that needs to be made. Now, that decision could be a legal decision as well. And it is something, but like I say, it's something that needs to be done fairly, based on all of the information, not just partial information. So if it's something where you've done something, you need to come clean. Obviously, if it's something where you don't know the circumstances, you'll need to approach the person and try and gain clarity of the situation. We do have a Fool that came out to the side. So there is a little bit of a need for you to take a leap of faith. Now, it could require you to think about the situation as well. So the Fool, if it's in the reverse, it's obviously you taking, hesitating. In the upright, it's you taking that leap of faith. It's suggesting that you lean into your intuition a little bit and make a decision on what way you want to go. So it's very much suggesting that there isn't a clear direction, and part of what you need to do, or part of what you can do to help yourself in this, is to actually pick a direction. You might have to put some thought into that direction, and then once you've got that direction, then take the leap of faith towards it. But it is suggesting that there is something new. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to, for instance, if you're in a relationship or you've ended a relationship, new can also mean a renew. It's very much picking a direction. Do you want to go forwards? Do you want to go backwards? Do you want to go left? Do you want to go right? Do you want to start things from fresh? Do you want to, very much picking a direction. What direction do you want to go? You do not have to repeat the past with the same person. You can repeat the same cycles with other people. You can repeat exactly the same behavior with other people. With the same person, you can repeat the same behavior. You can completely change the dynamics of what's going on. Same with a job. You can have exactly the same thing happen in a particular job. You can have exactly the same thing happen in a new job. You're the person that changes the dynamics of how it's going to work, because your boundaries are the people's boundaries. They all change. What people will accept will change. What people want changes. So that's how you get them to change. That's how they change differently. If you haven't finished learning a lesson on something, you end up repeating the same cycle, either with the same person or somebody different, same job or someone, a different job. It's completely down to you making your decisions, you learning the lessons that you need to, and then going in the direction you need to. Making that fair decision is something that does need to be done. And we've seen that here in January. So there's definitely a decision. So you've got lots of decision cards out here. Like I say, you might not want to make the decision, but you know what needs to be done. You know what's fair, and you know the outcome already. So you already know this, and this is part of why you're challenged, because you think you don't know, but from the look of it, you already have the answers within you. Right, I hope you enjoyed your read. That's what I've got for you for 2025, Leo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. Thank you for sticking it out. If you did, it's much appreciated. And if you want to hear more from me, don't forget to press subscribe. And if you press that notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have subscribed already, it is greatly appreciated. It does help the channel grow. And I hope to continue putting more out in 2025. Good luck and thank you.